ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Om. Dear friends, we are seeing the commentary of Sri Shankaracharya under 13-2, that is the second shloka of 13th Adhyaya of the Gita. We have been seeing this question about the Shastra Anarthakyam, that is, if Kshetrajna were to be Ishvara, then all the Shastra will be futile. So that was the argument. And then Shankaracharya, he countered the argument by saying that there are two levels of seeing. That is, one is that Vidya and one is the level of Avidya. So this Vidyavan or Vidvamsa, Vidwan, his Drushti, Vidvamsa is plural. Vidvamsa in Telugu we use it as singular, but Vidwan is the correct word in Sanskrit. So a Vidwan, he looks at things in a different way, and an Avidwan looks at things in a different way. So with that, he countered the argument that Shastras were going to be futile. So, but then the Purvapakshi is again putting it in a slightly different form. Purvapakshi is again posing the question in a slightly different form. So that is where we were in the last class. At the end of the last class, we read this line, Nanu Svargakamo Yajeta Na Kalanjam Bhakshayed Ityadavu. What is this? Atma Vyatireka Darshinam Apravruttau. Atma Vyatireka Darshinam Apravruttau. Kevala Deha Dhyatma Drushtinam cha. So he is visualizing a situation where this Atma Vyatireka Darshi. Atma Vyatireka Darshi means not that he is not seeing Atman. Atma Vyatireka means he is aware that there is an Atma which is apart from this body-mind complex. Deha Vyatirikta. Deha Vyatirikta Atma Darshi. Atma Vyatireka Darshi means Deha Vyatirikta Atma Darshi. So that means there is some Atma which has no Kartrutva, which has no Bhoktrutva, it is Akarta, Abhokta. So that sort of say awareness, that type of awareness this person is having. So that is the Atma Vyatireka Darshi. So this man, he will not get engaged in any action. Like the statements, Swarga Kamo Yajeta, somebody who is desirous of Swarga has to do some yajna. Then Na Kalanjam Bhakshayet, that is a Nishedha. That is, you should not eat meat of an animal which is killed by a poisoned arrow. So in such things, this person will not say go. Who this Vidwan? Why? Because he is aware. He is aware that all these things are at Avidya level. Then somebody who doesn't believe at all, somebody who is an Astika, Kevala Dehatyatma Drushti, that is somebody who says his body-mind complex, he is Atma and then nothing else is there. That is the Charvaka style. So this gentleman, he is not bothered. So on one hand, this Vidwan is not bothered, on the other hand, this say atheist is not bothered, then Shastra will be futile. So of course, we see a similar situation even now. We don't see Vidwan, of course. We don't see too many Vidwans having that particular view. But then we see so many Nastikas. We see so many atheists who just do not believe in all these things and then who have given up. But then Shankaracharya is going to point out that it is not so. There are many people in the world still who are followers of this Vidhi Nishedha Shastra. There is what is called a Smruti, some Vidhi Nishedha Shastra. You do this, you do not do this. Many people, they want to play safe, they want to be on the safer side. If there is heaven, okay, let the God treat me well. If there is no heaven, it doesn't matter. So like that, so all people want to play safe. So that is what he is going to explain. So the Purvapakshi is still saying, Ataha kartuhu abhavat shastranarthakyamiti chet na. We stopped there. Yes. Kartuhu abhavat means because of the absence of karta. Jnani is not doing and then this atheist also is not doing. So he is going to say that Jnanis are not so many. And then even if there are a couple of Jnanis, all the people are not going to follow him. And then Ajnani anyway, even in Shankara's time, all these people, these Nastikas were there. This Charvaka was a very important sect even in olden days. I think all through human history, I think in all societies. So there will be people, there will be non-believers. Except in very strong societies means a strong where the religion is too strong. And then where if you say, I don't believe in God, you will be killed. There are some such societies we are seeing. So, apart from such societies, free societies like America or Western countries, there are a lot many people who don't believe. In India, there are a lot many people who are communists and then who don't believe. Communists, they have got a fancy to criticize only our religion and not other religions. They have got a fancy for other religions, but then they want to criticize our religion only. So, that is the problem. So, in all societies at all times, there will be people who are non-believers. So they are not bothered about this. And then Jnani is not bothered about this. So that is the Purvapakshi's argument. So Shankaracharya is going to say, is giving this reply. We have to read from here. Yatha prasiddhita eva pravrutti nivrutyupapattehe. So this is the brief reply. Yatha prasiddhita eva. This pravrutti and nivrutti. Pravrutti means getting engaged in an action. Nivrutti means withdrawing from an action. That is vidhi nishedha. If there is a vidhi, there is pravrutti. If there is a nishedha, there is nivrutti. So that is it, isn't it? All this depends on, say, on a crowd mentality. Gatanugatika nyaya. There is what is called gatanugatikam. Gatam means somebody who has followed that path. Anugati. Anugati means you follow that path. Gatanugatiko lokaha. There is a saying in Sanskrit, Gatanugatiko lokaha nalokah paramarthikaha. People do not want to see what is the truth. They only want to follow. They would like to follow some beaten path. Some beaten path is there, okay, fine. Lot many people have gone, lot many people are going on a pilgrimage to Sabarimalai. I will also go on a pilgrimage. Lot many people are going to Shirdi. I will also go to Shirdi. Lot many people are going to some dargah. I will also go to some dargah. So this is the mentality. So that is what he is going to say. Yatha prasiddhita eva. Yatha prasiddhita means as say it is very, very popular in this loka, in this world, whatever is famous, that is being followed. Yatha prasiddhi, whatever is famous, whatever is the beaten path, people do follow in a gatanugatika manner, in a blind manner. So pravrutti nivrutti upapattehe means this existence of pravrutti and nivrutti are dependent on this gatanugatika nyaya, on this crowd mentality. Then Ishvara Kshetragnyaikadarshi, Ekatvadarshi.
Ishvara Kshetragnyaikadarshi.
Kshetragnyaikatvadarshi. Yeah.
Kshetragnyaikatvadarshi.
Brahmavit tavat na pravartate.
Brahmavit tavat na pravartate.
Tatha nairatmyavadyapi.
Tatha nairatmyavadyapi.
Nasti paraloka iti na pravartate.
Nasti paraloka iti na pravartate.
So he is explaining. Kshetra Kshetragnyaikatvadarshi. Kshetra and Kshetrajna tayoho ekatvadarshi. That is the person who sees the unity of Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Ishvara, not Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Ishvara Kshetrajna ekatvadarshi. Ishvara is that aham Kshetrajnam chapimam vidhi, that mam person is Ishvara. So Ishvara and Kshetrajna, the person who is able to see the unity of Ishvara and Kshetrajna. So this is Ishvara Kshetrajnaikatva Darshi. Kshetrajna plus Ekatva becomes Kshetrajnaikatva Darshi. Brahmavit tavat na pravartate. He is also the Brahmavit. He is the man who has realized. So that man may not get engaged in all these things. Na kalanjam bhakshayet and all these things. Then tatha nairatmyavadyapi. Nairatmyavadi api becomes Nairatmyavadyapi. Nairatmyavadi means one who does not believe in this Atma at all. One who feels that this Deha, this body-mind complex is the ultimate. There is nothing beyond this body-mind complex. So such a man, Nasti Paralokaha, there is no such thing as any other Paraloka, there is no other thing as some other afterworld. So he doesn't believe in all these things. So he also does not believe. But then, Yatha prasiddhitastu vidhi pratishedha shastra shravana anyathanupapatya anumitastitvaha right anumitatmastitvaha atmavishesha anabhignyah
आत्मविशेषान् अनभिज्ञः
कर्मफलसञ्जाततृष्णः
कर्मफलसञ्जाततृष्णः
श्रद्दधानतया च प्रवर्तते इति
श्रद्धानतया च प्रवर्तते इति
सर्वेषां नः प्रत्यक्षम्
सर्वेषां न प्रत्यक्षं
अतो न शास्त्रानर्थक्यम्
अतो न शास्त्रानर्थक्यम्
ओके यथा प्रसिद्धितस्तु तु on the other hand yatha prasiddhitah as we see this crowd mentality as it is so commonly seen in the world yatha prasiddhi that is just as you famously see in the world as you famously see all around what is happening vidhi pratishedha shastra shravana anyatha anupapatya so this is a long line vidhi shastra is saying something you do this yajeta that is you do this then na kalanjam bhakshayet na do this that is a nishidha pratishedha so vidhi pratishedha shastram so that is the veda mostly the primary the first portions of the veda the initial portions of the vedas which talk about this vidhi and pratishedha so shastra shravana means he has learnt he has seen he has heard those shastras and then they cannot be interpreted in any other manner they cannot be understood in any other manner. So when it says that there is a swarga kamo yajeta, it means that there is a karma, it means that there is a karta, it means that there is something called heaven, and then by doing this you will go to heaven. So all these implied are there. So nakalanjam bhakshayet, you do not do this. So it means that there is a karta, there is somebody who is withdrawing from that, and then he is not going to some hell or some such place, isn't it? So all these things are implied. So there is no way in which it can be interpreted in any other manner. That is anyatha anupapatti. Anyatha anupapatti means anyatha anupapatti. It is not tenable in any other way except when you interpret like this, isn't it? Vidhi pratishedha shastram is saying, it is so clear, when it is so clearly saying, you can't interpret it in any other manner. So that is anyatha anupapatti. So you see this whole phrase, विधि प्रतिषेध शास्त्र श्रवणान्यथा अनुपपत्य शास्त्र श्रवण अन्यथा अनुपपत्य because of that अन्यथा अनुपपत्य means because of that is tritiya because of the fact that this shastra it cannot be interpreted in any other manner except visualizing a heaven except visualizing a hell except visualizing good deeds except visualizing bad deeds etc you have to visualize all those things isn't it because there is a shastra so because of that and also he realizes there is something called atma because he is doing some good job and then he is going to heaven so that means there is something which is going to heaven he may not know what exactly is going to heaven but then he is aware that something is going to heaven so he thinks that it is that atma which is going to heaven so atma asti so to that extent he knows that is it. So here, Shravananyatha Anupapatya, you break it here. Anumita Atma Astitvaha. Anumita Atma Astitvaha. It is again a Bahurihi Samasa. The whole passage, the whole phrase is a Bahurihi Samasa, starting from Vidhi Pratishedha Shastra Shravananyatha Anupapatya Anumita Atma Astitvaha. This whole thing is a Bahurihi Samasa. So we have to break this Samasa and then understand. So, Anumita Atma Stitvaha, that is, he is inferring the Anumita means derived from Anumana. What is derived from Anumana is called Anumiti. So, Pramanas are there. You know these Pramanas. Whatever you cognize, whatever you learn from this Pramanas is called Pramiti. The knowledge which you derive from a Pramana is a valid means of knowledge. That is called Pramiti. So, from Pratyaksha, what you derive is called Pratyaksham. From Anumana, what you derive is called Anumiti. From Upamana, what you derive is called Upamiti. So like that, here Anumita means that is something has been inferred. Inferred from what? Inferred from all these scriptural lines. Swarga kamo yajeta etc. You do this, you do not do this. So from all these things, he has inferred that there is something called Atma. Is it clear? So such person, Anumita Atma Astitvaha. Atma's Astitvam has been inferred by this man. Astitvam means existence. The existence of Atma has been inferred by this man. So such a man, Atma Vishesha Anabhignaha. but at the same time, he does not know fully about Atma. Atma Vishesha Anabhignya. Anabhignya means one who does not know. Abhignya means one who knows. Na plus Abhignya, Anabhigna becomes ignorant. Ignorant of what? Atma Vishesha. Vishesha means all the Atma in its totality. He is not aware. Atma is Akarta, Atma is Abhokta, Atma is of the nature of consciousness, it is of the nature of Druk, it can never become Drushya. Atma, so all these things, he is not aware. He is only aware that there is something called Atma which is transmigrating from this body to some place called heaven, some place called hell, etc., etc. So that is it. Atma Vishesha Anabhignya. Then he is also Karma Phala Sanjata Trushnaha. This is also a Bahurihi Samasa. You know Bahurihi Samasa, I hope. So that is Karma Phala Sanjata Trushnaha means one in whom this Trushna or desire has emerged because of the desire for this Karma Phala. Desire for this Karma Phala. There is what is called a fruit of action, that is heaven. So, or some other some lovely place or lovely state of existence. So, for that, this man develops a desire. So, that is Sanjata Trushnaha. Desire is Trushna. One in whom this desire has developed for Karma Phala. So, that is Karma Phala Sanjata Trushnaha. Sanjata means it is born. Sanjata means Jata. That is born. Then that man Shraddha Dhanataya cha pravartate. Not only simply with a great devotion, with a great amount of Shraddha, he will wear all this pattu dhoti and all this silk dhoti and then does all these things, removes his shirt and then goes and then does some prostration, rolling and all these things he will do. So that is what he says. Shraddha Dhanataya cha. Shraddha Dhanataya means with all devotion, with all sense of devotion, pravartate. Iti sarvesham nah pratyaksham. It is pratyaksham to all of us. To all of us, it is pratyaksham. We are directly seeing. To all of us, it is pratyaksham. To all of us, it is very, very evident. Ataha na shastra anarthakyam. Therefore, shastra is not going to be futile. There are hundreds and hundreds of ignorant people. So that is why hundreds and hundreds of people are teaching so many things on Puranas and all that. So that is what it means. So in a way, it also explains the present situation. Because people may not be bothered about Vedanta, but people are very much bothered about somebody saying about you do this, you do not do that, you have to put some tilakam in a particular way, you have to wear this vibhuti in a particular way. If you tell all these things, then people are, and if you want to put some shawl, you have to put it on the right shoulder or you have to put it on the left shoulder. So all these things if you say, then people are more attracted to that. And not when you say something about Atma. So that is the problem. So here, then again Shankaracharya is again giving a small, not Shankaracharya, the Purvapaksha is again reiterating. He is not giving up his contention. He is not giving up his argument. He is continuing. Vivekinam apravrutti darshanat.
Vivekinam apravrutti darshanat.
Tad anugaminam apravruttau. Shastranarthakyam iti chet. So till that point is Purvapaksha. Iti chet na. Okay. So what this man says is Vivekinam apravrutti darshanat. Viveki means a jnani, a person who has realized. That man who knows this, say Kshetrajna Ishvara Ekatva. Kshetrajna Ishvara Ekatva Darshi. So such a man, apravrutti, he is not engaged in these actions. Then tad anugaminam. Anugami means one who is a follower. So his followers, all these students and all these students of Vedanta, let us say, all these students of Vedanta, don't write to students of Vedanta, anugami simply means follower. Tad anugaminam, that is the followers of that viveki, followers of that jnani, apravruttau, because they will also do the same thing. And then shastra anarthakyam. So he is referring to a minuscule minority, a very, very minuscule minority where there is a Vedanta teacher, somebody like our Tattvavedananda sitting in some flat, and then some 40 to 50 people listening to Vedanta in the whole of Hyderabad. So out of a population of say 10 million people. So that is the picture. Shastra anarthakyam iti chet. No, all these 10 million people are very much there. So all these people will very much follow this Shastra. So that is what he says. Kasyachideva
कस्यचिदेव
vivekopapattehe.
विवेकोपपत्तेः
Of course, I should not pronounce tehe. I should not say vivekopapattehe. That's what I have to say. Vivekopapattehe.
विवेकोपपत्तेः
अनेकेषु हि प्राणिषु
अनेकेषु हि प्राणिषु
कश्चिदेव विवेकी स्यात्
कश्चिदेव विवेकी स्यात्
यथा इदानीं
यथा इदानीं
न च विवेकिनम् अनुवर्तन्ते मूढाः
न च विवेकिनम् अनुवर्तन्ते मूढाः
रागादिदोषतन्त्रत्वात्
रागादिदोषतन्त्रत्वात्
प्रवृत्तेः अभिचारादौ च
प्रवृत्तेः अभिचरणादौ च
फैन् अभिचरणादि अभिचार वन एंड द सेम अभिचारादौ च प्रवृत्तिदर्शनात्
प्रवृत्तिदर्शनात्
स्वभावश्च स्वभावाच्च प्रवृत्तेः स्वाभाव्याच्च प्रवृत्तेः
स्वाभाव्याच्च प्रवृत्तेः
स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते इति ह्युक्तम्
स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते
इति ह्युक्तम्
इति उक्तम्
ओके सो ही सेज कस्यचिदेव विवेक उपपत्तेः so the brief reply is this viveka upapatti vivekopapatti, that is this understanding, this samyak jnana, this right awareness is for kasyachideva, just 1 in 1,000, 1 in million, not even 1 in 1,000, 1 in say hundreds of thousands. So that is what he says. Kasyachideva viveka upapattehe anekeshu hi pranishu kaschideva viveki syat. Among so many people, among so many beings, kaschideva, only some rare person will be a viveki. He says yatha idanim, that is as we see now. That is during Shankaracharya's time also there were not many vivekis. Of course, if Shankaracharya's time there were not many people, then what to talk about this time? So when Shankaracharya himself is lamenting the decline, what about us? We have to lament more. Anyway, let us see. Yatha idanim nacha vivekinam anuvartante moodhaha. All these foolish people who are interested in some yajna, who are interested in some yaga, who are interested in some yatra, who are interested in some other thing, some other mokku, some other thing, all these people, they will not follow this viveki. They will not listen to Tattvavidananda, or they will not listen to some other Swamiji. So like that, vivekinam anuvartante moodhaha. Why? Ragadi dosha tantratvat. Because they are controlled by this ragadi dosha. Tantra means adhina. They are under the control. Vastu tantra, purusha tantra, we know. Tantra means something which is under the control of something else. So ragadi dosha tantratvat. Because they are guided by, they are controlled by this raga adi dosha. Raga, dvesha and all these doshas, all these defects, they have possessed them. And then because they are controlled by all these defects, they cannot say follow this viveki. Then pravrutte abhicharanadav, your book says abhicharanadav, abhicharana and abhichara are one and the same. Pravrutte abhicharadau cha pravrutti darshanat. Then abhichara, have you heard of this abhicharika kriya? So particularly in this Atharva Veda, there are certain kriyas. We know that there is an Atharva Veda. That Atharva Veda, there are some abhicharika kriyas. Abhicharika kriya is, that is, you have an enemy, suppose. You want to do some remote killing of your enemy. So you make a small doll, a human, say, doll, and then you put it there. And then you go to some, say, graveyard and then sit on some sort of, say, human skulls. And then say Panchakapalasanam. Panchakapalasanam means you have to sit on 5 human skulls. And then sitting on those skulls, you have to do some particular, say, you have to recite a particular mantra for some Kshudra Devata. There are different types of, say, demigods. Kshudra Devata means, Kshudra means petty, little. So there are so many types of demigods whom these people they invoke. And then they think that they are, it seems, people say that such things happen also. I have not seen, but many people say that such things happen. So maybe it may be there, it must have been there, otherwise in so many centuries, in so many thousands of years, it would not have continued. At present, of course, I don't think there is anybody I have not seen anybody who is doing this abhicharika kriya. So this abhicharika kriya, they will sit and then they will meditate, and then they will break the hand of that man, and then that man's hand will be paralyzed, or this man's leg is broken and then this man say the leg is paralyzed, or they will put a puncture into the heart and then that man will die. So such things, people do say things like that. Even political people sometimes they do. I am told the political leaders sometimes who are great believers in all these things, they will also call somebody, they will engage somebody to do all these things. So that is quite possible. It is quite possible that somebody may be secretly doing. So abhicharadaucha pravrutti darshanat, because all this is guided by your own raga and dvesha, your own sense of hatred. A man who is out of power for say so many years, so he will call somebody who is known to be doing all these things and then he will engage him to do. So such.
Shastra Nishiddham, how it is prescribed in the...
It is not prescribed, they are mentioned. It is not prescribed, they are mentioned. Abhicharika kriyas, they are mentioned. So it can be done like that. So abhicharika kriyas, there are some people who are doing all these things. It is not mentioned, it is not prescribed. It is not prescribed, but they are just mentioned. Then pravrittehe swabhavyach. Swabhavyacha pravrittehe means this pravritti depends on nature. The human nature and then his raga, dvesha, they are so powerful that a person is more under the control of nature than under the control of reason. So that is why. Swabhavastu pravartate iti hi uktam. Swabhavastu pravartate, this is from the 5th adhyaya which we have read earlier. Then tasmad avidyamatram samsaraha.
Tasmad avidyamatram samsaraha.
Yatha drushta vishaya eva.
Yatha drushta vishaya eva.
So Shankaracharya is concluding. This samsara is avidya matram. So it is merely as a result of avidya. Yatha drushta vishayaha, as we are seeing very famously, as we are seeing it so famously, this samsara or this existence of this transmigration and then the pravrutti of people, or these people getting engaged in so many types of actions, guided by greed, guided by love, hate, etc. All these things, it is all due to avidya. Then, na kshetrajnasya kevalasya avidya tat karyam cha. Okay. So, this kshetrajnaha kevalaha. Kshetrajnasya kevalasya. Kshetrajna is kevala. Kevala means one who is not having any contact with anything else. Kevala simply means alone. Alone means only one, that is non-dual. Kevala is non-dual, you can say. Kshetrajnasya kevalasya, this non-dual kshetrajna which has no contact with anything. The word kevala is used here basically to emphasize the fact that the activities of all this jiva, the activities of all this person say guided by raga, dvesha, etc., they don't get attached to this kshetrajna. They don't get attached to this pure consciousness, which is that Sakshi Chaitanyam, as we call it. So the Sakshi Chaitanyam is not affected by all these things. So that is the meaning here. Na kshetrajnasya kevalasya avidya tat karyam cha. Avidya and also tat karyam means all the avidya karyam is, that is samsara. Avidya karyam is all the activities which we involve in. All our daily pursuits, are avidya karyam. So with all these things, kshetrajna is not involved. So that is the picture. Then nacha mithya jnanam paramarthavastu dushayitum samartham. So this mithya jnanam means something which is the product of avidya. Mithya jnanam, something which is the product of avidya, it is not going to affect. Dushayitum means adversely affect. That is not going to adversely affect the paramartha vastu. Here the paramartha vastu is kshetrajna, kevala, druk, atma, say akarta, bhokta. So all that, it is not going to be affected by this mithya jnanam or this false knowledge. So that is it. Dushayitum na samartham. Then a well-known example. Nahi usharadesham snehena pankīkartum shaknoti marīchyudakam. So marīchyudakam, Marichyudakam means Marichi is a mirage. Marichi is a mirage. You know that mirage? In a desert, you see that mirage. So maybe Marichi and mirage, they are also coming so close, we do not know. So Marichyudakam means the mirage water. That is the water which you see from a distance as though it is existing. So it is actually a mirage. So Marichyudakam is that water which is there, supposed to be there in a mirage. So that it cannot make this ground wet. Usharadesham. Usharadesham means a dry land. Usharadesham, a dry, parched land. Snehena pankikartum. Snehena means dravena. Sneham means, the normal meaning of sneha is friendship. Another meaning for sneha is oil. And here, in this context, the meaning is snehena means dravena, liquid. Snehena pankikartum. It cannot make that land wet. Pankikartum means, panka means, where there is a slush, because of when it rains, there is a lot of slush on the land, on the ground. So that sort of slush, say mud and slush, all that thing, panka, that is called panka. Pankikartum means, this mirage water is not going to make that land slushy. So that is the point here. Then tatha avidya kshetrajnasya na kinchit kartum shaknoti.
Avidya kshetrajnasya na kinchit kartum shaknoti.
So tatha, likewise, avidya. Avidya means avidya kalpita samsaraha. We have to visualize not only avidya. Avidya is creating so many things. Avidya is creating a whole world. It is creating a whole world of activity, raga, dvesha, so many things, all the worldly pursuits. All those things, kshetrajnasya na kinchit kartum shaknoti. So it is not, all these things are not going to affect this kshetrajna. Then atasya idam uktam.
Atasya idam uktam.
Kshetrajnam chapi maam vidhi.
Kshetrajnam chapi maam vidhi.
Ajnanena avrutam jnanam.
Ajnanena avrutam jnanam.
Iti. So atasya means therefore, idam uktam, this has been said. Kshetrajnam chapi maam vidhi. Ajnanena avrutam jnanam. Tena muhyanti jantavaha. Where is that line? That what is the reference given? Ajnane.
5th chapter, 15th.
15th verse. Okay. Ajnanena avrutam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha. That was the line there. So all these things I have been told in that context only, because kshetrajna is not going to be touched by say all this avidya karyam. Then there is again a small Purvapaksha. Again this Purvapakshi, he is again quoting his own observation from the world, because Shankaracharya gave his reply by seeing this observation, common observation. So that man also, Purvapakshi also is making another observation. Okay, you are saying that lot many people are engaged in action. You are you are quoting statistics. So let me also say, lot many people, I am also observing people of this type. So he is saying, Atha kimidam samsarinamiva ahamevam mamaiva idamiti panditanamapi shrunvidam tat pandityam yat kshetre eva atmadarshanam. Okay, the question is, Atha, if what all you say is true, then kimidam, what is this we are observing? We are observing that samsarinamiva ahamevam mamaivedamiti panditanamapi. There are all these panditas, all these great pandits whom we see in all these Shastra Sabhas and all these places. So all these panditas, so even those people, if you give some little less sambhavana, they feel say hurt. If you don't give him proper charges, they will feel bad. Aham evam mamaiva idam. Aham evam, I am this. I know more Shastras. I have read more Shastras than this gentleman. He is honored more. I have to be honored more. So this aham evam, I am like this. Mamaiva idam. This is all mine. All this is mine. So this sort of approach, this sort of behavior, you are seeing even among Pandits. So that is what he says. Atha kimidam, what is this we are seeing? Samsarinamiva aham evam mamaivedamiti panditanamapi. Even these panditas are behaving like this. Then the reply is shrunu idam tat pandityam. Shrunu idam. Okay, you please listen. Shrunu idam. You listen to this. Listen to this. Tat pandityam. Tat pandityam. Shankaracharya, this sub-commentator says, all these Vaidikas, he says, Shrunu idam tat pandityam iti astikanam. Where is this? Shrunu idam tat pandityam. He says all these people who are all this engaged in all these rituals, etc., etc., the people who are not bothered about Viveka, but people who are engaged in all these rituals. So, Shrunu tat pandityam yat kshetre eva atma darshanam. That is, kshetre eva. That is, they are seeing Atma in the body only. Not the Dehatmavada of Charvakas, but then these people, they are, say, at the level of saying Ahankara. This notion of I is there. So, there are two types of people here. All these people, see, this Charvaka, etc., etc., they say that there is no such Atma. Apart from body-mind complex, there is no such thing. Whereas these people, all these, the Vaidikas, there is one particular line here where he particularly mentions this word Vaidika. Where is this? Yadi tesham, yadi punaha, aham abhimananosmi. Astikastu dehadanyam kartaram bhoktanam manyante iti astikanam deha abhimanatam atyantam abhimano asti. Okay, anyway, this is somewhere I saw that thing. Okay, yat kshetre eva atmadarsham. So, he is a simpleton astika. He is referring to a sort of simpleton astika who thinks that antahkaranam is Atma. So, we are seeing two types of people. One is a Dehatmavadi who does not bother about Atma, whereas the other man, he thinks that there is some such Atma, and then he is such a simpleton that antahkaranam itself is Atma. So, that man. Kshetre eva atmadarshanam. Yadi punaha kshetrajñam avikriyam pashyeyuhu
क्षेत्रज्ञम् अविक्रियं पश्येयुः
ततो न भोगं कर्म वा आकांक्षेयुः मम स्याद् इति विक्रियैव हि भोगकर्मणि अथ एवं सति फलार्थित्वाद् अविद्वान् प्रवर्तते विदुषः पुनः अविक्रियात्मदर्शिनः फलार्थित्वाभावात् प्रवृत्त्यनुपपत्तौ कार्यकरणसङ्घातव्यापारोपरमे निवृत्तिः उपचर्यते. Okay. So, yadi punaha. So, Shankaracharya is further explaining. Yadi punaha kshetrajñam avikriyam pashyeyuhu. In case they are able to see. Yadi punaha pashyeyuhu. In case they are able to see what? Kshetrajñam avikriyam. This kshetrajña is something which is avikriya. Avikriya means something which does not undergo any change. Consciousness is something which does not undergo any change. Kshetrajña, as we have to see, when we say Kshetrajña, we should not think of a person. Kshetrajña is an entity. It is just consciousness. It is Druk Swarupa. It is Atma. It is, say, what is that? Vishayi. So, all these words which we saw in the very first class of this chapter. So, Kshetrajña is Akarta, Abhokta, and also Asamsari. So, if these people realize like that, then they will also not bother for this karma and karma phalam. Tataha, yadi punaha kshetrajñam avikriyam pashyeyuhu tataha. Tataha means then, with that knowledge. Tataha means with that knowledge, with that awareness. Na bhogam karma va akankszeyuhu. They will not desire. Akanksha means desire. Na akankszeyuhu means they will not desire. They will not desire for all these enjoyments. They will not desire for all these karmas. Then mama syad iti. Let me have it. Mama syad means let me have it. Mama syad. So that is all this chamakam. So and so chame, that is it. Mama syad iti. Vikriyaiva hi bhoga karmani. This bhoga and karma, they are bhoga karmani. Karmani means dvivachanam. Bhoga karmani means bhoga and karma. That is all vikriya eva. Vikriya means this is something which is a manifestation of avidya. Vikriya. Vikriya means something which is a modification. Vikara. What is vikara? Vikara is a modification. It is all vikriya. All this karma and all this bhoga, etc., etc., they are all manifestations of avidya only. And then there is no need for a wise man to get into them. So that is that person's awareness. Then athaivam sati.
We read it, sir.
Oh, we read it. Atha evam sati means while that is so, atha evam sati. Phalarthitvad avidwan pravartate. This avidwan, one who is not having proper awareness, one who is not having proper understanding, phalarthitvat pravartate. So he is having this phala arthitvam. Arthitvam means the state of begging for that, the state of begging or requesting for that. Phala arthitvam, that is, he is in a state where he is desirous of the fruit. So that is arthitvam. So demand, let us say, phalarthitvam, demand for phalam, demand for fruit is there. Arthitvam, avidwan pravartate. So this man pursues in that, pursues the course of action. Then vidushaha punaha avikriyatma darshinaha, that is for this vidwan who is seeing, who is able to see this avikriyatma. Avikriyatma darshi means one who is able to see that avikriya atma darshinaha. Phalarthitva abhavat. So this demand for, this desire for fruit is not there. Phalarthitvam. Arthitvam we can also say desire. So phalarthitva abhavat. Because of the absence of this phalarthitvam, pravrutti anupapatto. Though this man does not get engaged in action. Then karyakarana sanghata vyaparoparame. Then what will happen to this man? So when he is aware that this karta, atma is a karta, bhokta, and then he realizes that all this karma and all these promises about this lokam, etc., they are all products of avidya. Then he withdraws from them naturally. So that withdrawal is mentioned here. Karya karana sanghata vyapara uparama. This karya karana we know. Karya means the body, karana means indriyas, senses. Karya is the physical body, karanam is the indriyas and the mind, antahkarana also counts. Sanghata means this assemblage, this whole assemblage. Vyapara means the activities, all the activities of this body-mind complex, they get withdrawn. Uparama means withdrawal. Because of the withdrawal of all activities of this body-mind complex, then nivrittihi upachariyate. So that the word nivrutti is figuratively used to that sort of situation. So this man, there is no such thing as, there is no particular activity called nivrutti. That withdrawal itself is called nivrutti, just figuratively. Nivrittihi upachariyate, by way of upachara. Upachara means that word is attributed to that, though there is no particular activity called nivrutti. There is no particular activity called nivrutti. He simply withdraws from action. So that withdrawal from action is termed as, say, nivrutti. So that is the thing here. Then idam cha anyat pandityam keshanchidastu keshamchit astu kshetrajnah ishvara eva kshetram cha anyat kshetrajnasyaiva vishayah aham tu samsari sukhi dukhi cha samsaroparamascha mama kartavyah kshetra kshetrajna vijnanena dhyanena cha ishwaram kshetrajnam sakshat krutva tat swarupavasthanena iti. Okay. So he is referring to another type of person. So in the earlier passage, we saw one person, a simple ton astika. So a simpleton astika who is pursuing all these things. But here you are seeing a seemingly, say, jnani. A seemingly, say, we can say samyak jnani. Seemingly samyak jnani, but not samyak jnani. So here Shankaracharya is visualizing a situation where idam cha anyat pandityam keshamchit. In some other cases, a different type of pandityam is seen. So a different type of pandityam is intelligence, a different type of knowledge. Pandityam actually means scriptural knowledge. A different type of pandityam, a different type of say jnanam is seen in some other people. What is that? Astu kshetrajnah ishvara eva. So this man is agreeing to what all the scripture says. So that is what we see in him. Astu Kshetrajnah Ishvara eva. Okay, he is agreeing to the statement that yes, Kshetrajna is Ishvara. He is agreeing to that. Then Kshetram cha Anyat. Okay, he says Kshetram is Anyat. He is also agreeing to that. But then he is saying that, oh, I am something different from this Kshetra and also Kshetrajna. I am somebody else, Jiva. So that is where he is placing himself. Kshetrajnasyaiva vishaya. Kshetram cha anyat kshetrajnasyaiva vishaya. This kshetram is something which is a vishaya for Kshetrajna. Vishaya means Vishaya. Vishaya means an object. Vishaya, whenever you get the word Vishaya, you immediately have to recall object. And whenever you say Vishaya, it means that there is called a Vishayi. That is one who is observer. One who is illuminer. Illumine means not focusing any light or anything. One who is knowing it. So Kshetrajnasya Vishaya means it is known by the Kshetrajna. Kshetrajna Gocharaha. It is something which is illumined, which is something which is known to the Kshetrajna. So that is what is Gochara. So what is this Vishaya? Kshetrajnasya Vishaya. Vishaya is something which is objectified, which is an object, which is seen, which is known. It is a Drishyam. So that is it. So the Vishaya, Aham tu samsari sukhi dukkhi cha. I am something different. Samsari sukhi. The commentator writes, Aham kshetra kshetragneyor anyaha samsari jivaha. I am something different from this kshetra, different from this kshetrajna. Kshetra is something to be discarded, kshetrajna is something to be worshipped. I am something somewhere in the middle, I am called jiva. So he is in that position. Then, sukhi dukkhi cha bhavami kshetra kshetrajna vijnanena. Okay. So this man is considering himself as a third entity. Aham tu jivaha, aham tu samsari sukhi dukkhi cha. Samsaro paramascha mam kartavyaha. So he is also accepting the Shastra. Wow, samsara uparamaha kartavyaha maya. This I have to withdraw from this samsara. I have to get rid of this samsara. Withdraw means I have to get rid of this samsara, uparama. That also has to be done by me. How? Kshetra kshetrajna vijnanena. By knowing, by properly discriminating between this kshetra and kshetrajna, I have to know, and then I have to understand this thing. Then, dhyanena cha Ishwaram kshetrajnam sakshat krutva. I have to do meditation. I have to do some penance. I have to do some puja. Not penance, I have to do meditation. Dhyanena. Dhyana means I have to worship. I have to worship this Ishvara, kshetrajna, sakshat krutva. I have to see that Lord appears before me. So all this, what does it mean? He is operating in a plane of duality. He is another level of dualist. We have seen a simple dualist earlier, but this man is a slightly learned dualist who wants to say that, yes, I am following Shastra. Shastra is very much there. This samsaram is also there. Say samsaram is not mithya. Then heaven also is there, samsaram is there, and Shastra is valid. So I am validating the Shastra. So that is what he is going to say. Dhyanena cha Ishwaram kshetrajnam sakshat krutva. Having, secured the presence, sakshat krutva here means having secured the presence of, that Lord. Sakshatkara in the context of Advaita means something different. Sakshatkara in the context of Advaita means realizing oneself as Brahman. Is that Sakshatkara. That is Sakshat. Means something which is making something one's own. That is Sakshat thing. So Sakshat Krutya here, Sakshatkara is not that. Sakshatkara means by doing some dhyana, Ishwaram Kshetragam Sakshat Krutya, Tat Swarupa Avasthanena. That Swarupa Avasthana, that is in his loka. I will be in his loka, I will be present in his loka in that Sarupya Mukti. Swarupa Avasthanena. Tat Swarupa. We know this word Sarupya, Salokya, then what is this? Samipya, Sayujya, etc. The Salokya is you are authorized to enter that particular loka. That is Salokya. You are in that Kailasha or Vaikuntha of that Lord. Then Sarupya. You are also allowed to wear the dress which he wears. Sarupya, the same Rupa. The same Rupa, you will also be in that same Rupa. Then Samipya, you will go near. So you will be in the proximity, you will be his closest attendance. Then Sayujya, you will become part of him. So that is the 4-level mukti, which this dualists they say. Even in that Sayujya, he is not non-different. It is not non-dual. There is still a duality there. So that like that, Shesha Sheshi Bhavam, that is like a human being and a limb. So it is like that. So he will be like a toe or toenail or something like that. So it is like that. So tas swarupavasthanena iti. Then yasyaivam budhyate, yasya bodhayati, nasau kshetrajna iti, evam manvanaha, evam manvanaha yaha, sa panditapasadaha, samsara mokshayosh shastrasya, मोक्षयोः शास्त्रस्य च अर्थवत्वं करोमि इति आत्मः स्वयं मूढः अन्यान्श्च व्यामोहयति शास्त्रार्थ संप्रदाय रहितत्वात्. ओके. यश्च एवं बुध्यते, यः च एवं बुध्यते. The one who understands like this, buddhyate means one who knows. Buddha means to know. One who understands like this, like what? I am somebody else called Jiva. There is what is called Kshetra. There is what is called Kshetrajna, who is the Lord. I have to do some prayer, worship, etc., and I have to go to that loka. So a person who realizes like that, and also yascha bodhayati, one who teaches like that. So the point is, when we see all these arguments, we have to see that Shankaracharya found so many types of arguments about this Gita in his own days. As we saw in the very, very beginning, this Sambandha Bhashya, in the very, very beginning words, he said, Anekaihi vivruta pada padarthanyayamapi. So very many people have explained, but then Aneka viruddharthatvena gruhitatvat, that is, they have perceived it in a totally wrong way, he said. They have understood it in a totally wrong way, they have not understood in a proper way. So now, yatha buddhi, as my say intellect permits, I am going to explain. So that is what he said in the beginning. So we have to see from all this that all these types of arguments were there in Shankaracharya's time, and later the same arguments which Shankaracharya is denouncing, all these arguments have been taken up by the other acharyas. It may be Sri Ramanuja or Sri Madhva. They have taken up the same arguments. The Purva Paksha here becomes their Siddhanta. So that is how this cycle goes on. So Shankaracharya's time, there were the same arguments. Shankaracharya has denounced and established this non-dual approach. Then subsequently the people who differed from this non-dual approach, they again revived those Purva Pakshas and made them into Siddhanta, their Siddhanta. So it is like that. So here Shankaracharya says, so a person who feels, who realizes or who understands like this, he what? Yasyaivam bodhayati, na asau kshetrajna iti, na asau kshetrajna. Asau means Jivaha. Jiva na asau kshetrajna. Jiva is not kshetrajna. Jiva is something different. So that is it. Asau you can note down. Asau means here it means Jiva. Na asau kshetrajna. This Jiva is not kshetrajna. Iti. Evam manvanaha. The person who thinks like this and also who thinks like this. Yaha saha panditapasadaha. He is a panditapasada means a nicha pandita. He is the lowest among the scholars. He is the lowest among panditas. Nicha pandita. He is a totally wrong type of pandita or a wrong model pandita. Then he also thinks samsara mokshayoho shastrasya cha arthavatvam karomi. So I am accepting this samsara shastra, moksha shastra. Samsara mokshayosh shastrasya cha. Samsara and moksha are also two real states. So our contention is, our understanding is, samsara is something which is a product of avidya. Whereas this gentleman says samsara is also real. He has come to that original Purva-Pakshi's standpoint. Samsara is real, moksha is also real, and then by following these shastras, I am validating these shastras. Samsara mokshayoho shastrasya cha, and also of this shastra, arthavatvam karomi. Arthavatvam means the fruitfulness. Really, strictly speaking, arthavatvam means fruitfulness. I am making them fruitful means I am validating them. Literally it means arthavatvam karomi means I am making them fruitful. That means I am validating them. So that is the meaning. So by accepting the reality of samsara and by accepting the reality of moksha, that is two levels, this bandhavastha and mokshavastha. In fact, earlier we have denounced that particular argument, but then he is again reviving that argument and says, no, this bandhavastha and muktavastha are very much there. So then Shankaracharya says he is Pandita Apasadaha, he is the lowest level of Pandita. Then Atmaha, we have come across this word Atmaha, where Ishavasya Upanishad also, Ekesha Atmahano Janaha, Atmanam Hanti, iti Atmahanaha. So we have come across that word. Atmanam Hanti means one who destroys his own Atma is called Atmaha. The normal meaning is one who commits suicide. But not that it is here. Atmaha is one who is refusing to understand Atman. One who is not understanding Atman in the proper way. So he is Atmaha. That is, not understanding about one's own self is as good as suicide, as good as Atmaha, as good as Atmahatya. Atmaha means it refers to a person. Atmahatya is an activity. Atmaha is a person who kills himself. So it means by not knowing the nature of Atma, by not understanding the Atma properly, he becomes an Atmaha. Then Swayam Mudhaha. He is a Mudha. Himself he is a fool. And Anyanscha Vyamohayati. He also deludes others. Mudhaha means one who is deluded. Anyanscha Vyamohayati. He also deludes others. And what type of man is he? Shastrartha Sampradaya Rahitatvat. So he is devoid of this Shastrartha Sampradaya. He has not come in that Shastra tradition. Sampradaya. Sampradaya, you know that word. Sampradaya simply means tradition. If you break those words, sam plus pra plus daya. Samyak pradiyate. Iti sampradaya. That is, you are in a very, very truthful manner, you are handing over a particular learning from father to son or teacher to student, teacher to student, teacher to student. In that manner, you are faithfully and truthfully handing over a particular knowledge to succeeding generations. So that is what is called sampradaya. Samyak pradiyate. It is given, handed over so effectively, efficiently, truthfully, faithfully. So that is what is called sampradaya. Shastrartha Sampradaya Rahitaha. So this man does not know. He doesn't belong to that Shastrartha Sampradaya. There is what is called a Shastrartha Sampradaya. Shastrartha means the way how to interpret this Shastra. So that is what is Shastrartha Sampradaya. Then he is also he is guilty of this problem, this defect. What is that? Shrutahanim Ashrutakalpanam cha kurvan. He does.
Shrutahanim Ashrutakalpanam cha kurvan.
Okay, he is doing this Shrutahani. These words are very familiar to us. Shrutahani, Shrutakalpana, Prasangaha. This word we are familiar. Shrutahani means what has been told in the Shruti, this fellow is ignoring. And Ashruta Kalpana, what has not been told, he is unnecessarily foisting. He is foisting on that Shruti. He is visualizing. He is wrongly understanding that Shruti. What has been told, he has not understood. What has not been told, he is visualizing and proposing. Then Tasmat Asat Sampradayavit Sarva Shastra Vidapi Murkha Eva Upekshaniyaha. Upekshaniyaha. So Tasmat, therefore, Asampradayavit, one who does not know this tradition of Sampradaya, this tradition, this teaching tradition, this understanding, this tradition, Sarva Shastra Vid Api. Even if he is well versed in all other Shastras, even if he is a great Vyakaranacharya, even if he is a great Mimamsacharya or Nyayacharya, whatever it is. But such a man, Murkha iva upekshaniyaha. Murkha. Iva, as though he is a fool, he has to be ignored. Upekshaniyaha. Upeksha means ignoring. Upekshaniyaha means one who has to be ignored. So here you have to see the word Murkha. In Sanskrit literature, this Murkha finds a very important place. You see, there are two words called Murkha and Mudha. The word Mudha comes from the root Mukh. Moha means to get deluded. Moha is deluded. That is somebody who is not able to see a thing correctly. He is totally deluded and then he is deluding others. Whereas a Murkha is not a deluded person. In fact, if you have seen Bhartruhari's Subhashita, you must have heard about Bhartruhari's Subhashita.
Yes, sir.
The very first shloka, the first few shlokas are devoted for this Murkha Paddhati. Murkha Paddhati means the way of fools, the way how fools behave. So that is what is Murkha Paddhati. This Murkha is a fellow who is not totally ignorant. He knows something. He knows a little bit, and then he cannot be convinced by any logic. You see, there are three types of people. One is a person who knows well. What is this? Agnya Sukhamar. There is the very first shloka there. It starts like this: Agnya Sukhamaradhyah. One who is an ignorant person, he can be easily told. Something can be easily explained to him. Agnya, you know the word. Agnya Sukhamaradhyah. Sukhataram aradhyate visheshagnyah. One who is a knowledgeable person, it is very, very easy to discuss with him. One who is a knowledgeable person, there is no problem to discuss with him, and then he can be told more easily if something is not known to him. Then Jnana Lava Durvidagdham Brahmapi Naram Naranjayati. Jnana Lava Durvidagdhaha. So he knows a little bit of Jnanam. Jnana Lava. Lava means a lesham. He knows a little bit of Jnanam, and then Durvidagdhaha. Vidagdhaha means he is burning with fire. He is having all fire and zeal with that, with a very little bit of knowledge. He is challenging everybody. So from such a man, Brahmapi Naranjayati. So even Brahma will not be able to convince that man. So Murkha Paddhati, there is another shloka which says, Murkhasya Nastyaushadham. Sarvasyaushadham asti Shastra Vihitam, Murkhasya Nastyaushadham. For everything in the world, there is what is called Aushadham or remedy. But for a Murkha, there is no remedy. So Murkha finds a very, very unique place in Sanskrit literature. Particularly, I advise you to read those 10 shlokas of Bhartruhari. So now the time is over. We'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti